Every 69 minutes, there's 420 new individuals who participate in a session involving the leaves of Lucifer. And I am here to provide some tips to help you not look like a total noob at your next sesh. So here's 5 mistakes every noob stoner makes, and if you're making them, stop. Before we get into it, follow me on Twitch. The smoke sesh is at 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm not monetized on YouTube. Come support me on Twitch. The first mistake, if you're familiar with my content, you might see this one coming, but the first mistake is not having water. If you don't have water, you can't sip before you rip. We got the pillow, we got the merch. You're not going to have anything to combat the harshness of hot vapor or smoke entering your airways. You're just going to raw dog it. You don't have any water. Having something to drink during the sesh is very important. And I would say get water. Like, don't count on sodas or energy drinks or Red Bulls or Gatorades. Sugary drinks or having too much sugar can actually lower your high, or it can bring you down from being high. But having a nice sip of water can help you take fatter rips. Now, the second tip on my list is pretty common with people who haven't done a lot of different hits or maybe trying out a bong or a pipe for the first time. But if you're very new to getting high, don't take a huge hit. Don't take the biggest hit that you can take. For some people, they can take a bigger hit than they can handle. High-wise, we'll say. Like, they'll get higher than they meant to. Just because their lungs were ready for all that smoke doesn't mean their body was ready for all that smoke. Now, not everybody is going to be able to take a hit too big for themselves, but it is very possible, especially if you sipped before you ripped and you got a nice clean piece ready to go. I would say it's not too often somebody takes too big of a hit on a joint. Anything rolled, those are really hot. Dry pipes are hard to take too big of a hit on, but it's possible. But very often when people are experimenting with their first water pipe or taking their first bong hits, if you get a nice big old chamber filled up with smoke and you're able to clear that in a second, or you weren't ready for all that smoke, it could be not as fun as you were planning. Mistake number 3 is not bringing your own supply to smoke or counting on somebody else's supply. Sometimes you're counting on somebody else to supply all the herb or dabs, whatever you're using for the sesh. Sometimes you're counting on somebody else and they might not know. They might be a noob stoner too. They might not know how much you need. I pulled up to a few sessions where somebody's like, yeah, bro, I'll smoke you out. And there wasn't even enough weed there for just me by myself. Oh, you were gonna smoke 3 people out with a half a gram of flour? That must be some really good flour, buddy. So if you're going to sesh with other people, just have something to throw down just in case. I mean, somebody tells you they're gonna smoke you out, you get all set up, you have this big old meeting, and then you get there and there's the tiniest little pinner joint you've ever seen in your life. You're like, dang, I thought we were gonna smoke. So just don't count on somebody else's supply to get you high. Bring some stuff for yourself. Sometimes you show up at the sesh, there might be a lot of weed, but you might not want to smoke it. Mistake number 4 is common in a lot of smoke circles. If you're seshing with a few people, sometimes the person who has the joint that you're passing around, or the bong that you're passing around, or the pipe that you're passing around, sometimes somebody treats that as if it's a talking stick or a microphone. They get the joint in their hand and all of a sudden they got all the stories in the world. They got 26 anecdotes to tell you. They got the funniest joke they heard the other day. Oh, real quick, this super cool thing that they saw on their phone the other day they got to tell you about. Sometimes people treat that joint like they're right to talk, right? As soon as I got it, I'm here. I can say whatever I want. But when you have it, smoke. When I have guests on my Twitch stream and I can see that they're about to talk or they're about to start telling me a little bit of a story, I try to take a rip. The person who's smoking should be the person who's listening, not the person who's talking, right? So if somebody hands you the joint, puff, puff, pass, and then tell your story. It probably wasn't that interesting anyway. The last mistake to avoid on this list, it's not going to be for everybody, but I've seen this more times than I would think that I would see it. And I've also heard about it so many times. But when you like lean forward to hit a piece, this is why I like beakers. This is why I like pieces that tilt back towards you. But I've seen so many people lean forward over a piece, go to light the bowl, and they light their hair on fire. Like their hair just hangs right into the bowl. And they're like, here's my hair, here's the bowl. I'm going to strike the lighter and everything's going to work out. If you have long hair, if you're Mr. Clean, you're good to go. You're fine. But if you have long hair, be mindful of where it is. That's why I don't like straight 2 pieces that you're meant to kind of lean over on the desk or the table, wherever it's sitting. That's why I like a piece that tilts back towards you, or a lazy neck piece. I mean, I've never lit my hair on fire, but And that's not the why I like it. It's just more convenient. But that's another reason that it's a better piece. It's not going to be something for everybody. But if you have long hair and it's hanging into your bowl, just be careful. I've seen it so many times. If you've ever lit your hair on fire, leave me a comment. Let me know. I just want to see how many more people, because I feel like I've heard about it like so many times. And hair is just like flammable. It's ready to go. Either way, leave me a comment. Let me know the biggest mistake you've made at the session. Let me know if I should make another one of these. I got a big old list of mistakes. We can make a few more videos. Tune into the Twitch Sesh 9 p.m. Eastern. Have a lit day, my dudes.